Oh my gosh. Jesse, we are so freaking blessed to have you on our team as a leader. Jesse began with Team Aspire 1 year ago last week. Jesse Miller worked his way to Diamond in 60 days. Jesse Miller made one star diamond 2 weeks after that. Jesse Miller hit two-star qualified 2 months later, and he's now one-star diamond. He works this business diligently, shows up every freaking day without fail, even while being a very busy working dad. And his wife is also working the business. You've seen her, a power couple to be sure. And like I said, he is Victor's very dear friend and success partner. And since Jesse is talking about his story, I'm going to leave it off with that and let him tell the rest. So excited to be taking notes from you, Jesse.
Nice. Thank you, Tina, so much. Guys, good morning. Again, you guys reach out to Victor. That is like Tina said, going through a lot. I won't get into that, obviously, but got a lot of respect for him. He's been there for me and helped push me through this, through my hard times. So, guys, reach out to him. It's a very good, very hard time for him right now. So, but moving on. Thank you, Tina, so much. It's early. I have been up since 4:30 preparing for this, guys. I have literally maybe 2-3 hours sleep. I went to sleep about 1 because I wanted to get this prepared for you guys this morning. I'm really excited about this. This is like the bread and butter of your business, and that's you, your story. This is what drives your business. This is what people relate to you and want to join your business, join you, and be a part of what you got here. So I don't want to tell you my story. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play a video that I put together for you last night, and it's a little entertaining, kind of give you an idea of my story, and then we're going to break it down and give you the tools to be able to do this yourself. So let's move this down here. Bear with me for a second.
Can you do a screen share?
Now. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys, sit back, enjoy. Here we go. Hi, my name is Jesse Miller. That was me. I was a former backup dancer for the group DC Talk. I finally decided to go back to school where I got myself into a lot of debt. But when I really finally finished up, I became a surgical scrub nurse. This is my family. I'm a father, a husband of an amazing family. Well, as I said before, I found myself in a lot of debt, over $50,000 in debt. It left me discouraged, depressed, unhappy, where I turned to food as a depressant and a way to try to solve my issues. I used to drink over 16 of these bad boys, where it left me at over 230 pounds. I was very, very unhappy with the way I looked and how bad I turned out with my life. One day I found myself with chest pains and I didn't know what was going on. I asked my wife to take me to the hospital. Come to find out, I was just having acid reflux from all the bad food. I was really embarrassed. So I turned around and asked my wife if she could help me get through this and change my life. She decided she would help me out and get through this. We ordered our first workout was the T25. I killed myself trying to get through this workout, but I did it and did it, but I failed and I failed. But I kept pushing forward, and I almost quit, but I got through it. I wound up losing over 42 pounds within 60 days. Now, we decided to go ahead and move forward and to order the 21-day extreme package and also Shakeology. I fell in love with it, and it changed my life. I also lost over 72 pounds. It was amazing. I felt so good. Life was different. Things were moving good. I started to focus more, turn into coaching as the opportunity where I started to grow my team and to build a really good business on the back end of this. So really enjoyed this. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Let's go. Enjoy.
Look at Jesse's moves. Nice, Bobby.
All right, guys. So that's it.
Great job.
So listen, guys, you know, that's my story. You know, I put that together, and literally, you know, I had to figure out how I was going to present this to you guys today, and I thought the best way to do is just to show you and to give you the opportunity to kind of see what I went through, and the kind of things that, you know, changed my life, allowed me to move forward. Now, you know, with my story, I try to share my story every single day in that same way. So as I broke it down, you know, in that video, that's how I share this story every single day on my Facebook wall. And by being able to take pieces of what has got me to this journey, I'm able to not only give myself information to post, you know, every single day, because I just base it off that story, but I also connect with people. People connect to those stories. So I try to find people that are going to connect to my story and how it has changed my life, and hopefully it inspires them to do the same thing. So that's why we want to build a compelling story. And everybody has a story of some kind. You know, when I first started, I didn't think I had a story. It really took me a little while to figure that out last night, how I was going to put my story together. And as you guys seen, you know, I started out where I started out. You know, I was a backup dancer for DC Talk. I'm not sure if you guys know who that even is. That video was actually done back in 1991, a couple decades ago. But you know, it was a young kid, skinny guy. I was always skinny growing up. And, you know, as I got older, you know, life got a hold of me, you know, and I just went to some bad habits, started gaining weight, got unhappy, got in debt. Thought I'd go to school and that would change everything, and it didn't. You know, I have a really good job. I make decent money, but, you know, it doesn't change anything. It really doesn't. And being able to rewrite that script, rewrite my story, you know, that's power. And that's what you guys all have here. You guys have the power to rewrite your story. You know, this is all about a compelling story. So being able to not only tell your story, but rewrite your story so you can fit it in anywhere you want, and then create new opportunities for yourself. And that's what this is. This is a new opportunity. So it's up to you to take a hold of this and to drive it forward, you know, to be able to build something here. So I'm going to kind of go over some tips here. Actually, I borrowed this from Lindsay McGuire. She has a video also out there, compelling story. So listen, guys, if you didn't learn anything from Jolene and what she does, she's a videoholic like myself. We go to YouTube, we find things, and you know, you're going to find top coaches out there who have already done these things. So if you have any questions, go Google that crap, go to YouTube and find it, because you will find everything you need. So I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to share my screen here just one more time, guys. Second. Bear with me.
I'm also I'm posting a couple of things that I found off of David Ingram, just so you know, Jesse, in the group, the pictures from the men's event. Remember that?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, can you guys see that? Joe, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay.
Answer these questions. Yep.
This is literally from Lindsay's, right from her video. So if you guys want to go to her, she has a Coach Basic video on her YouTube channel. You can go and watch that, how to build your story also to get some more information on this. She does a great job. But just kind of break it down here. If you've seen in my video, you have before Beachbody, what my struggle was, all right? And that's literally what I showed you. I showed you I was a dancer for DC Talk, you know, and how it started out, what my struggle was, and then it moves into what I did to change that. And then if you see here, it says, did it work? Yeah, it worked. I showed you it worked. It went from where I was over 230 pounds and I lost over 72 pounds. Well, how did I do it? I did it with Beachbody. All right. You just tell your story there on how it happened, what you did, and how you got to that point. Then and then it says here, how did you decide to get started? Well, it was because I hit my lowest point. I went to the emergency room and, you know, I was embarrassed and I asked my wife to help me. That's how I got started. So we started out with the T25. And then, you know, I pushed hard to get through it and it was hard. Believe me, I was fat. I wasn't in the best shape. And if anybody's done T25, they know it's not real easy. I mean, it's close to insanity in ways. But I did it. Then it says here, what convinced you to do it? Well, it's because I was embarrassed. I was overweight, and it was time for a change. That was what made me get started. What was my results? Well, my results were I lost over 72 pounds in the end. That was my results. So how did Beachbody help me and my family? Well, I lost the weight. I was happier. My family was happier because I now was getting healthier. I was going to be around longer. My attitude changed. And what were my future goals? You move on here. What's my future goals? My future goals was I became a coach and I wanted to help more people do the same thing, grow a business, and get out of the rat race. That was my story, guys. And that's it. And as you can see here, I mean, it's literally that simple to do.
It's awesome.
You know, so, but that's it.
Can you screenshot, Jesse, can you screenshot that and send that to the group so everybody has this? That's a great visual, Lindsay. So
Definitely. So let me get back off here. But I'll send that over. But that's it for me, guys. I mean, honestly, see, the video I did, I mean, that's my story. And, you know, everybody, all you guys have a story of some kind. You just have to think about it. And if you think about it long enough, you're going to start thinking about things that you forgot about. And then you can add that into your story. The thing is, like we talked about the other day, you got to get over your ego and your ego of worrying about what people are going to think about you. And, you know, this is what people are looking for. They're looking for realism. They're looking for something that they can attach themselves to give them the feeling that they can do this too. And if your story can reach at least one person, you can change their life, that could be your next top coach. So, you know, you guys got to get out there. You got to share your story. And if you want, go check out my page. You'll see on there that I have literally changed the way I've been doing my post. I talk about my story. I talk about my family, and I break it down, which we're actually going to go over this on day 21. I won't get into it too much. So, but I think I'll leave it at that so I don't get into my next segment. But again, that's it, guys. Again, guys, reach out to Victor, though. I want to put that out there. Reach out to Victor. He's going through a hard time.
yeah, Great job, Jesse. Thank you, Lindsay, for that info too. That's absolutely it, man. We're looking, everybody really who does something, I think with Beachbody came here for a reason, a change. There was a pain in their life. So I like to say, look for that pain point. What did it solve for you in your life, your pain point? What was your story? And then how can you relate that to others? These guys did a great job, Jesse, great job of showing your story. I like what you did too, the videos, 2 to 4 minute, 3.5 minute videos, perfect timing. Not too long because you'll lose people as well. So learn to tell 30-second versions of your story and 2-minute versions of your story, or 3-minute versions of your story. And the 4-part story that is outlined in the group. And Eric Worre also says, shows how to share your story in GoPro as well. And it's everybody has a story, like he says. So great job. Tina, anything else?
So amazing, Jesse. Thank you so much. And you know what, Jesse is going to attract other Jessies, and he does, because what Jesse is extremely fun, genuine, and authentic. And I bet you if anyone was asked who's on his team, why did you join Jesse's team? They're probably going to say, you know what, you have a story. It looks like you have a lot of fun, and it looks like your team is successful. That's some of the things that people tell me. And it's just because Jesse is out there telling that story. Anyone who's attracted to Jesse in his message is going to be someone who is fun because that's what they're seeing in him. So you will attract who you are and what you put out there on social media. So be raw and open like Jesse, and in your way, not like Jesse. Be raw and open in your way. So Jesse's going to be dancing on dance floors at Success Club parties. He's going to be dancing on cruises and whatever with partners who earn those trips with him, because they too are creating success stories along with his help. And he has helped so many freaking people with his openness about his journey. It's just so, you heard his credentials right out of the gate, and he isn't even nowhere near stopping. He's just getting his party started. So.
Yeah, and as we're posting things like, David Ingram made the point, which I shared some slides from the men's event. Don't just post pictures of you doing a workout. He's like, every time, as Jesse said, you tell your story, right, Jesse? You dribble little things
Right.
about your story, just little things. I do this workout because whatever, just dribbling your story through posts of why you work out, or why you're drinking Shakeology, or why you're eating healthy along the way as well. Not just doing what everybody does, is kiss their Shakeology cup or whatever, right? So
that's right. Yeah, people, they want to relate to you somehow. You got to have some kind of relatability. I mean, I honestly, we all do this. We're all guilty. When you first start out, you do this stuff because that's what everybody who's doing it wrong does, and that's what we're seeing. But you got to think also, there's people out there who already have a huge business with this. They can post whatever they want, and yeah, we see them posting these little Shakeology kiss in the cup with the little note of some kind saying how inspirational stuff is. But listen, guys, they've already got people following them, so it doesn't. They can post whatever they want and have people come to them at this point. They've built this momentum, so it doesn't matter. When you get to that point, then you can do the same thing. But right now, you're trying to build that credential. You're trying to build something that they can look at and believe in you. Right now, they don't know who you are. You're obscure to them. I mean, it's just like Grant Cardone always says. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Grant Cardone, guys. You have to be everywhere, omnipresent. You have to get in there. You have to put your face out there. You have to let people see your story every single day. They can start to believe and see that you are real, that you're not just going to be this fly-by-night thing. And it's just like me and Joe learned this, or I did anyway, at the men's training, about posting. If you post today and say you quit posting tomorrow, for you know, or a week from now, and you just don't post every single day. You don't stay consistent. Well, you've had those people that's been following you for a year, maybe however long you've been doing this, and as soon as you stop, even for a day, maybe 2 days or whatever, they're gonna see this. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I knew this was fake. This guy's, you know, they're watching you right now. They're seeing if you're real, if you're gonna hang in there, because they're waiting for that minute to pounce on you and say, "I told you so. I told you this was a scam. I told you this wasn't real." Because look, you're not in the game. So just make sure you guys are constantly staying active, posting every single day, being consistent, because that's what they're looking for. That's what people want. They want your story every single day. They want to see that you're going to show up. Because listen, they're always waiting to pounce on you. You got your haters, people that are always going to be there to say you failed, and that's what they're looking for. And that's why you got to be better. You got to rise above that, and basically be that light at the end of the tunnel for them. So,
Yeah.
If you want to attract people who are in chaotic situations in life, if you want to attract people who are negative, if you want to attract people who feel completely overwhelmed with their life every day and let you know about it on social media, post those things about yourself. If you don't want to attract people who are completely overwhelmed with life, don't talk about how overwhelmed you are with your life. Find something good. And it doesn't count if you say, "I'm completely overwhelmed," but it's okay, because you're attracting people who are completely overwhelmed. And that's who you're going to be surrounded with every day. And people who are completely overwhelmed are not going to move a business with you.
Yes. Good point,
They're
Tina.
not going to move a business with you.
Good.
So stop talking about what you don't want. Start talking about things that are positive in your life. Man, if you are just looking to attract a circle of people that you can be overwhelmed with, and people who are drama queens or drama kings, talk about that. But if you don't, or if that's not working for you, consider a different message. You guys, you will attract who you are, not who you write down that you want to attract. You will attract who you are being. So if you want to attract driven, motivated go-getters, stop talking about the opposite and be a driven, motivated go-getter and knock this thing out of the park. You guys are an incredible team. So think about what you want, write down what you want, write down where you're going, write down a list of the people, of the ideal coach that you would like to have on your team.
That was day one.
Yep.
Right?
And then start being that coach.
yeah, I mean, that's so powerful what she said, guys. I mean, think about it. You ever see somebody post and you're like, "Man, that's how I feel today." Well, if you post that every single day, you're going to attract those people and be like, "I totally relate to him. I feel like crap. I am exactly like this person. What else is he talking about?"
Yeah.
So now you're just recruiting people that are just, you know, you don't want to be around those people. So don't talk about that stuff, guys. Don't
Yeah.
post. You know,
And if you do say something like, I've seen coaches, this is like the worst offense, I think. Coaches who say, "Oh my God, I'm so broke right now.
Oh my God.
Do this. I can't even do this. I can't even." And I'm like, are you kidding me? You just told the whole world your Beachbody business sucks and you're not making any money. Why in the world would I build a business with you? You suck. You just said how broke you are. So if you are going to be broke, if you are going to be overwhelmed and disorganized, say, "Oh my gosh, I was doing this, but now I discovered this and I'm changing it." Right?
you said it right there, Joe. They said they're broke. Yeah, they're broken. They're broken. That's why they need personal development. Broken, man.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. It's their mindset. It's
the mindset. They're broken.
They're broken. And they need to readjust. They need the personal development so they can figure out a way to not be broke.
We solve problems. And that's the other thing too. Jesse, do you want to address this at all about kind of your niche and your target market for telling your story so that it relates?
Yeah. I mean, my obviously you guys see I'm outgoing, I'm motivated.
You?
I'm looking for positive people. But I want people who are real, on my team, who are not afraid to put themselves out there, but who are going to work. Not necessarily looking for people that are, overweight or already toned. I've got two different people on my team right now. I've got one person on one hand who's Katie, who's lost over 105 pounds. And then I've got Tara Edwards, who is a fitness competitor on my other leg. So, for me, I don't attract one certain person. How I attracted them was their personality. If you see these two girls, you're like, man, these guys are really similar. But it's their personality that attracted them to me, and that brought them to my business. And it's through posting every day and just being active and showing up, inviting, and making sure that I do the vital behaviors every single day, which you guys hear all the time. But yeah, that's the kind of people I go after. I look for that stuff. If I see somebody posted on their wall, talking negative and stuff, I delete that. I don't even mess with them. It's just wasting my time, wasted my friends. Because you only get 5,000 friends, guys. So you just gotta be real selective. Think about this is your business. Don't just go after everybody. It's for me, I look for nurses, people in the medical field. That's kind of my niche, but they got to be positive. They got to be, willing to do things, put the work in, but it really is. You guys got to focus. You can't just be going after everybody. You can't just be hoping to get that next person. Be selective. Be selective in who you choose.
Who would you want to be a business partner? Think about the etiquette and how you would want a business partner to act if you opened up a $500,000 business. Would you want somebody who's crying every day and not showing up to your business and whining about work? That, I guarantee you, is not a legitimate business partner. Anybody you want to spend every day with building a business. And they're never going to spend the money to even do a challenge with you, let alone build a business to show up for work every day. They're full of excuses and they're whiners. So that's a great job. Tina, what do you want? And Jesse, what do you?
The greatest thing anyway, before we move on to copy paste, hopefully you're already doing that. Because if you're not at Success Club 20, you probably have we have a lot of work to do. So Success Club 20, everyone's going for that, right? Or more. The greatest thing Jesse Miller does, besides amazing videos, is he actually does freaking work. So I've seen Jesse talk about doing 20, 30, 40, 50 invites a day. He is relentless in his pursuit of excellence. He does not give himself any excuses to not perform ever. So that's what I'm going to ask you all to do. Are you in pursuit of something greater than Success Club 10? Because we talked yesterday about Success Club 5 being, if you want to dribble along, it's the bare minimum. So if you're looking to build a business, it's the bare minimum. Hit Success Club 5. If you're not at Success Club 5, you're not in, business is not growing, guys. So Success Club 10 is bare minimum if you really want to get your business moving forward. I can tell you, honestly, in my first 3 years, I was Success Club 20 plus regularly. It was not uncommon. And that's how I laid the groundwork of bringing in lots of people to find quality people like you guys here, you leaders here, that are changing the world because you are just hustling. So copy paste. Who was inspired by Jesse Miller sharing his story and going to do something with that? I am so inspired by that story. He's so freaking creative, and I gotta like step up my game about how I tell my story. So please don't let Jesse's hard work, he stayed up for us all last night and got only 3 hours of sleep. Please don't let his hard work go to waste by not taking action on what he just shared. So I encourage you all to put your story together, however you're going to do it, and bring it to, can we bring it to headquarters to inspire other people, or you want to bring it in Goal Diggers?
I think we should bring it to headquarters. It would be great. I think it will actually, rather than just inspiring Goal Diggers, we can inspire the rest of the team too to do something. There's only 20 some people on here, but there's 1,700 people in Aspire. There's 800 people in that group. And, a lot of people just need reactivated and motivated to get involved again. And our stories can do that. Stories, and even if you don't have your own story, you got to learn to share somebody else's story. If you think you don't have a story, you got to learn to share somebody else's story. But you do have a story. I have a video story out there that's gotten a lot of views, and I'll put that in the group, but I got to do a better job of telling it myself. And these are great tips to keep it concise and short. That 3 minutes. Mine's too long. When I started we didn't have this training or Eric Worre training, so I just put it together from my heart. But wonderful job. I'm doing Team Z right now. I'm also curious how many people are trying Team Z by a show of hands.
Thank you, Lindsay and Jolene.
2, Lindsay, 3, Jessica. Mike is going to try it. Ashley Clark. Cool. That's a very efficient way to get through our list of people and doing the copy paste thing and all that good stuff. Well, I was going to say something else about the story, but that's really where I get on to action.
So there's 26 people on this call, so please, you guys, Lisa Burdick suggested maybe post that slide in headquarters from Lindsay and everyone tell their story under it, or Jesse Miller, if Jesse wants to post his video there. Whoever posts something in there first, like, if your video is shareable or whatever your write-up is shareable underneath that main post, do it there. If you have a video that you can't share underneath there, if it's not YouTube or whatever, then share it however. But it'd be nice to keep everything in one space.
Yeah, I'll post that video. I mean, I'm trying to narrow it down. I like Joe said, you want to keep the video short. Mine's at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I think it was. But, you also got to be aware of what you're like. See, my video may not be able to be posted to YouTube because that's an actual Dove Awards. That's copywritten in a way. So I have to cut that down a little bit. I just wanted to do that for you guys. YouTube will probably take it down because it is a copywritten thing.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I actually had to. Here's a little story, guys. I know we got a little bit of time. Everybody's typing and stuff there. So I actually literally got that video sent to me by the Gaylord Entertainment, which is in Nashville. Some of you guys might even be staying at the Opryland Hotel, but we actually shot that at the Grand Ole Opry that year in 1991 in Nashville, Tennessee. So I literally had to call and contact the Grand Ole Opry to get them to go into the archives and send me the video for that. And this is how to take initiative and to find a way, guys. It's all about doing things. I literally told them I was doing a biography for myself, and that's how I got them to send it. The funny thing is they when they did get the go into the archives, they sent it to me. It was VHS. That's how old this is.
That's awesome.
Talk about trying to find a way to make a video from VHS. I literally had to borrow my son's. He had an old VHS, and I actually took that and put it on his TV and videotaped it onto my phone. So getting the job done, guys. I mean, it's going the extra mile to make sure that you guys get things done. But that's how I got that. And I wanted to have something, obviously, that I could show my kids this, and I thought that was really cool when I did get that done. So I'll hang on to this forever. But again, just be careful what you post, especially on YouTube. If you're going to post your story, your transformation, make sure you guys don't do any copywritten stuff because it'll get your account shut down.
Mine can't be viewed on iTunes for that reason, but it can be viewed on the computer and other things because of the background music I used.
Right. So, and that's actually one of the guys, I think one of the guys at the training talked about his story got taken down too, or couldn't hear the music because of the music. The music he used was copywritten. So he has like tons of views. I think it was Dave, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like he has a video up that got millions and millions of people coming to him. He was like #1 for P90X when P90X was out for his transformation, but the music he used was copywritten. So they turned the volume off and everything, so you can't hear him talking about the story. So he's literally lost a lot of people from that. You know, he was getting a lot of people, he said, from it. So just be aware of that, guys. And on YouTube, you can, we've got new people in here. So here's a little information for you. On YouTube, you guys can do up to 30 seconds of music without getting tagged with that as a copywritten thing. You can do that on also for you for Facebook. A little bit more tricky on Facebook, so just be careful. They'll warn you a few times, but you can stop you from posting videos also. So just be aware of that.
All right, I'm logging messages right now in Teamsy. I'm going
in. Hey,
going in.
Lindsay McGuire, you'll laugh. Mike Panko and I were talking yesterday. I was sharing with Mike about the dashboard on TeamZ and the benefits of it, because I said, Lindsay, it totally speaks Ruby at the end when you do it, when you complete it, because it was like at the little bottom. First of all, I will not be able to not do all the invites that I need to do for my seemingly ridiculous goal. I'll not be able to do it because I, as a Ruby personality, cannot stand to see that dashboard where it says 50% complete or 47% complete. So I kept going because I had to have it say 100%. It's just, I couldn't end without it just being 100%. So I kept going until it was done. And when I got done, it said, "Congratulations, Tina Gonzalez, you crushed it."
Oh, nice.
It's speaking Ruby.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I want to tell you too. I was telling Julie, can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm multitasking here.
that's awesome.
But I told Julene, I was like, I am so proud of Tina because, you know, I don't have a sapphire brain. I have some sapphire in me, but I don't have a sapphire brain. And I felt for you. Like when you told your story of your, you know, what you were going through at that moment, like I felt for you. I was like, oh my gosh, her brain is always like this. And now she has to like stop and go. Like I was very proud of you that you shared that. Like, I'm so proud of Tina for doing this.
She was like scrambled eggs.
I want you to know what a good man Joe is. What a good man Joe is for putting up with me when my brain was exploding and I had to learn yet another thing. So you guys, I was open and raw in telling that story because that pain is so legit. And thank you, Lindsay McGuire, for your love and recognizing how hard that is. Now I know what I must do to emerald brains or pearl brains. I must like completely make them want to explode when they listen to my sapphire ridiculousness. But I want you to know, you guys, I am freaking 51 years old. I am so overwhelmed with technology. Joe knows, you all know. I am horrible with anything to do with numbers. And repeatedly in this business, in order to achieve new things in my life, I had to get over my ridiculous resistance to learning new things. My ridiculous resistance. So if you've read The War of Art, you know about resistance. I sincerely would have rather, I could think of like 10,000 things that I was gonna do instead of digging in on TeamZ that day. I was gonna go to the mall, I was gonna go running, I was gonna go do absolutely anything to divert from that necessity of digging into that training. But I knew once I got started on something, it would eventually become easier. And while I'm learning everything still, I don't know crap about it. I've got a starting point, and I could see then yesterday on day 2, I was like, oh my gosh, I get how this will be amazing, because I talk to so many people. There's absolutely no way that I can keep up with the conversations and have consistent conversations with people like I can with this system. And you guys, I did that in overcoming my resistance to the like page training. Joe knows, again, that was so hard for me to get started. And some things that are so simple to all of you, not just because I'm old, but just like the technology part of each of these parts is so hard for my brain to slow down and focus on that. So I focused on the Jesse Reagan training, and I did things that were so hard for me, but I had to do them to get to a new place. And I'm telling you that story to encourage you. It's going to take, whenever we try something new, like when Jesse Miller was trying to lose 72 pounds, I'm sure it was so freaking easy for him to do that every day, right? It wasn't. He knew he had a long road ahead of him, and he had to dig in, and he probably knew that he was looking ridiculous doing whatever workout of the day. Like, I know I'm looking ridiculous, even trying to pretend to dance like Jesse. But man, I had to overcome so much resistance to dig into that. And I encourage you to say, if Tina Gonzalez can get on Team Z and force her way through and get some momentum, now I have momentum, and now I see that benefit, and I'm not going to stop, because I see how we all, everyone on this call, can serve as leaders and prove that this works, and we can help as a whole team so many more people. I'm so grateful for Jolene and Lindsay McGuire for identifying that, trying it out, and then showing us that it was a worthwhile thing for us all to do. So thank you, guys.
There's an important point there that Tina made, and that is about, she used the word resistance. In that book we talk about, The War of Art, is so amazing. Like, I'm looking at people right now that are sitting there watching us on the screen, but honestly, they're not logging, they're not going to their contact list, and they're not typing at the same time to do what we're supposed to be doing, which is sending messages right now during this time. So you're overcoming that. You have this fear, and Tina had this fear. It's resistance. That's resistance. She wanted to go shopping versus learn something new. And this is the concept of resistance. Will do anything to overcome you so that you don't take action on something that's going to improve you because of your fear. That is the concept of resistance. But what happened, Tina, when you actually sat down and overcame that initial fear and said, I can't go shopping, I've got to sit down and do this? What happened to your fear then?
Shopping, I didn't need shopping. I knew I didn't need shopping, but I would have come up with anything in my mind to do anything. I need to go visit my son. I need to go visit Joe's mom. I need to go do anything. I need to go plant a garden right now, because that planting a garden is going to be easier than opening up Team Z. So it was so painful. I had a knot in my stomach. My head was going to explode. I was angry. I just wanted to throw a tantrum and kick the air. Like, I was just a hot mess, but I knew I had to do it. And I felt better after that 2 hours. I invested 2 hours that day to get started.
To learn something new.
Yeah. That next day, which was yesterday, when I logged in, I had an itty bitty bit of comfort level with it. And I just dug in and I started doing it day 2. And, it was so hard.
Yep. Yesterday she was doing it on her own without my help. I mean, in 2 hours, she changed her life by overcoming resistance.
Well, and this is such a great point, Tina and Joe. I mean, it's we all do this with a sign of raise your hand, guys. If you guys rather post than send out invites? Raise your hand, right? I do. You know, it's literally takes more time to post a good post if you're posting right than it is to send out invites.
But
So-
which one builds your business?
Right. So what's the most important thing you do is inviting. But why do we not do it? Resistance. Okay, so that's why you have to think about these things. You have to get over it. You have to do it. And it's just like if you read that book, it's a great book, by the way. I've already been listening to the audio, but
Yeah, great audio too.
yeah, if you guys, it really shows that we got to practice. It's all about practicing. Once you get that momentum going, once you start, have you ever noticed once you do start sending out invites, it's like, okay, now I got this pattern going. But you have to make sure you make it a daily routine where you get used to it. It's just like Tina, she has to get in there and do it. Now she's getting familiar with it, and it's not going to be a big deal anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just like posting. When you guys first started posting, it was a big deal because you didn't know what to freaking post. You were brand new to this. You're like, what am I going to freaking post? I don't know what I'm going to post. People are going to think I'm weird. So,
Right.
you know, but you got over that. You started posting. So now you have to get over that part of it and start doing the invites. And that's what's going to grow your business. It really is.
By the way, I'm doing this invite right now, and I've already sent out 3 that I copy and pasted just in the last 5 minutes. And I'm going to give you guys the script of this because it's re-engaging. I'm going back to, because I'm going through Teamzy, and I'm going back through to January of 2016 as a start for follow-ups too, and adding everybody into, because me and Tina have it broken down, Tina's Facebook friends, Joe's Facebook friends, you know, so we share the Teamzy, those kind of things. So I'm adding these people in one at a time. So just from January in my message stream, and January, I'll do January today, February tomorrow, March the next day, that kind of thing. So I'm sure to get all my invites in, but I'll send the script of how I'm re-engaging with people and people that might not join at all or whatever, but just to ask them to get them on my connect list. And it's actually an invite, but it says, good morning, Kim, how are you? I just wanted to check in with you. As you know, my wife and I have been involved with this fitness group for the past 5 years, and we've helped thousands of people. I've recently lost 21 pounds in 21 days, and I feel great, and that inspired me to make sure I help as many people as possible as a support partner. I'm going to be running regularly scheduled because this is a change for me, okay? So I want them to know there's a change. I'm going to be running regularly scheduled monthly 21 great day groups to help people and also keep myself in line. I'm putting a new list together of people who might be interested in one of our upcoming challenges, 21-day challenges. Should I put you on that list of someone who might be interested in trying one in the next 1 to 12 months? Or do you know someone who might be interested? Thanks.
Epic.
Do you guys like that?
Love it.
Yeah, and what I would do is on my these are people that you're reconnecting with, right, Joe?
Yeah, most of them I'm reconnecting with and know, you know, I've talked to them before, but what I'm trying to do is say, hey, are you ever going to be interested in this, or should I just totally blow you off? Because I'm saying, would in the next 1 to 12 months you be interested in one 21-day thing? That's it.
Right. Well, this is what I've been doing. I guess to add to what you're doing, you could do this actually. You know, just go back and send a message, be like, hey, Joe, it's been 6 months since we talked last. How the hell are you? How's things been going? You know, ask them a question. Ask them how they've been. Get the conversation going. You know, it's been a freaking year since we talked last. You know, how's things going with, you know, your health and fitness? You know, last time we talked, you wanted to lose 10 pounds. How's that going? And then you can go into that. If they answer you back, hi, how's it going? Hey, listen, you know, I saw your post pop up in my news feed. I wanted to send this out to you real quick. I'm on my way out the door, but listen, I'm running this 21-day thing again, and just go right into that spiel. So here you're being a real person, and what you're doing is you're saying, hey, I'm in a hurry right now, but I seen your post pop up in the feed, so I was wondering if you're still interested in losing that 10 pounds. I have this 21-day challenge going on right now. If it's something that you're interested in, I would love to have you join us. If not, you know, maybe on the next one. I don't know, but that's kind of where you want to go with that. You want to,
Yeah, I think it depends on where you left it with people last time. You're right, and how well you know them as well. So that's true. Yep.
Hey, Joe, would you also, if you're going to share that in headquarters, sample scripts, will you also share the one that we were talking yesterday with Mike Panko about how you, I know you've shared it before in there, but tag Mike about how you have some scripts to reach out to girls, being very direct about business.
Okay. Will do.
Anyone have any questions? Are you stuck any place in an invite process? Can we help you? You have world-class leaders and Jesse Miller on the phone here and Joe Gonzalez.
Can I address something real quick, Tina? Because it came up in a news feed,
Yeah.
in a thread in the team page. Stop walking. But I mean, a lot of you may know this already, but for some of the newer coaches, when you're sending out your invites, or you know, maybe somebody's interested in one of your posts as a call to action, or if they just, you know, like one of your posts about something, and then you reach out to them, and you know, whatever. My point is that if they say, "Yeah, it sounds really good. How much is it?" Don't ever tell them how much it is right away. Don't
Right.
ever do it. You say, well, it all depends on what your goals are and what you'd like to do and what your fitness level is and what your interests are. So if you don't mind, ask a couple of those questions and then we'll match you up as best that we can. Sound good? Don't ever tell them the price, because what you need to do now, and I guess I'm going to go over this tomorrow. Did we get it okay for me to go over? Okay, so then because what you guys need to do is you need to show the value in this program and why it's going to work for them. Like when you're, you know, you can't just hand somebody, say it's just, hey, it's $140. You need to let them know how it's going to help them with their eating, how it's going to help them with their struggle with their workouts, how they're going to stay motivated. And we'll work over this tomorrow. But then when you get to all of that, and by the time you get to all that, and you say all of that is only $140, then it's so much better, you know. So I just wanted to put that out there real quick.
Yep. And yeah, getting their why in the second step. What, even as simple as what makes you interested before I let you know how that happened. Make sure they know. Are you trying to accomplish a goal? Yes.
Thank you, Lindsay. That is epic advice. And
exactly, you don't want to jump right into that. It'll turn like every objection you just ran into, man. So that is huge advice from Lindsay.
yeah. I mean, we forget that we've been in this business so long. Sometimes we forget these little things like this. So good point, Lindsay. That's you know, it's something that, you know, we do just, you know, as a natural thing, I think now, or I do anyway. But yeah, just remember, guys, don't ask questions. When somebody asks you a question, don't ask a question. And that's probably like my worst pet peeve, when I ask a question and somebody answers me back with a question. What you want to do is kind of like what Lindsay said. Tell them everybody's different, and you base each program off of what each person's needs are. So to find a price, we got to find what works for you right now, and then we can base the price. So once I figure out what program is going to fit you, then we can figure out a price and we can go from there. So you're kind of, you know, what you're doing is you're not giving them a price, but you're not asking them a question. You're just trying to give them value first and let them know that you're going to give them value first. I'm going to pinpoint this down. I'm going to give you the workout program that's going to fit you perfectly. And then once we pinpoint that down, once we narrow that down perfectly for you, then I'll give you the price for that. And then we can figure out if that's going to work for you or not. Sound good? There you go.
what Lindsay and Jesse just told you, really, the formula for what they just said is the person directing the conversation wins by helping the other person who's answering the question win in the end. But the person navigating the conversation, commandeering the conversation, is going to win in the end. So I don't turn into answer mode with people. When people ask me a question, I regroup doing it using that formula that Lindsay and Jesse just said. I can't, I'm so excited to get to help you. First, may I ask you, a couple of questions so I can help you get exactly what you want. But they commanded the conversation and took people down a path of them answering questions so that legitimately Lindsay and Jesse can help people get exactly what it is they need. So there's a series of questions they need to know answers to so they can point to people to the proper thing. But if you allow that person to say, how much is it? What's it gonna take? What's the catch? And you turn into answer mode, you just lost the conversation. You just lost the deal. Hey Jesse, I see in the chat section, because I normally don't get over there and read that. Everyone, of course, was congratulating you and thanking you for your motivation. Sarah Mihailo wanted to know how you made your videos. She said, Jesse's so helpful. How do you make your videos?
Awesome. Actually, I was going to answer this and I forgot. Good. So thanks for reminding me. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I did everything with my phone. Everything you seen there, I made with my phone with iMovie, guys. Literally, I opened up iMovie and I just started bringing stuff in. I go to the internet, found those images that you seen with the guy holding his chest. I just copied or saved those to my phone and then uploaded it to iMovie in between each section of the videos. You can upload your video in there and you can cut your videos down. That actual video with Double Words was just a piece of it. I have got the whole thing. So what I did was I just cut that down. So same with my images that I brought in, my personal images, I just bring those in as well. So iMovie, it took me probably about an hour to do because what I was trying to do was I literally wrote out my script of what I was going to say. And then I pieced the images in to the script. As I was reading the script, I was piecing the images in, trying to think of that order. So I gave myself a guide, and then I brought the stuff in. And then what I was doing was I was talking as I was putting it in my head, how I would say it. And then what I did was I already knew my story, so I didn't need to read the script. So I just hit there's a little voice or a microphone on iMovie. I'll see if I can show it here. But what I did was I played it, and as it played, I hit the voice, the little microphone, and I just talked. And I watched the video while I was talking, and I talked about the story. So I already knew my story. I put the videos in, I put my voiceover in there, and then I added a little bit of music on the background. You could hear a little bit of music on the background, which I pulled in just off of iMovie. So, but that's it, guys. I mean, it was really, really easy to do. iMovie is really good. If you got an iPhone, it's really good to use. I don't know what the Android has. I think they have something. But yeah.
We use video something. I forget what it's called.
Video Show is what Joe found for us.
It works well.
Yeah. So, I mean, I literally make all my videos really quick with iMovie. I very rarely use iMovie on my laptop. I don't even use my computer very often, guys. I use my phone all the time. I do my invites on my phone. And as you've seen, I did a video yesterday. I was in between surgery, and I walked in. I literally made a quick video, but I was doing my invites then. But get used to using your phone and get a strategy with that, so you can pretty much invite anywhere you are. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for not sending out invites. People say I'm at work. I'm sure you get a break, man. You get a break, 5 minutes. I get 5-minute breaks in between cases, and then I get a 30 minutes. So I get 2 5-minute breaks in a day, and then I get a 30-minute lunch. So, and then I got before work and after work that I have a few minutes that I can send out invites. So, when people say I don't have time, you're just lying to yourself. You really are. You have time. You just got to find it.
Yeah.
Jesse could do a program called 5 Minutes to Freedom.
That's a good headline. I like that.
I call that the 10-minute coach program. 10-minute trainer, 10-minute coach.
There you go.
Joe really, I use that so many times to help people get started, talking about, I totally understand. My husband felt the exact same way, and he blah, blah, blah. And he developed a 10-minute coach program, which he did put in Aspire, and it was 3 10-minute spots a day, morning, noon, and night. It is literally, that's not even a lie, how Joe got started, until he could put in 12 minutes, and then 15 minutes, and then 20 minutes. That's how we got started, the 10-minute coach plan.
Yeah. I mean,
5 minutes to freedom in the surgical room.
it's a grind, guys. That's what this is, though. I mean, if you want success, you got to grind it out. You got to make it happen. And I don't answer when I'm sending out invites. I don't answer people during the day. It's because you get into a conversation and you can't really think. And what's going to happen is you're just going to screw up that conversation. Save those conversations when you can really sit down in your power hour and you can answer those. So for me, my power hour is kind of spread out through the day. I'll just do a few minutes here, a few minutes there to send out my invites. And then I'll do all my answering when I get settled in for my actual power hour, which is in the evening. So I'm answering people back then. So if they have a question, they can answer me back, or if I want to get that conversation going. Because if you're trying to answer people during the day and you're trying to work, you're trying to hurry up and send that out, and you know what's going to happen is somebody sends that back asking for more information, or you want to send out that video, you're going to try to focus on that, and it's just going to screw it up. So just focus on sending the invites out, and then do all the answering later if that's how you want to do it. But that's how I do it.
Yep.
So you guys, it is just past 7 o'clock. It was such an honor hanging out with you all this morning. I've got to get to Team Z, man. I can't wait to get to it now because I got to make those barometers move. I got to get 100%. It's speaking to my Ruby. Someone's got to tell me I'm crushing it again today.
I'm crushing it.
But I got to earn it. I'm not crushing it just yet. I got to earn it and see those barometers move. But I'll take a picture to prove it out today. I'm going to take a picture, Lindsay, when it tells me that Tina, you crushed it, or whatever it says. I'll get to all my numbers and then I'll share that with you.
Ooh, I think we all should, like when we all crush it. Share it in a picture. That's a goal for today. I love it.
That's a good goal. That's a good goal every day. Yeah.
I wonder if that system knows personality types. Like, what if it knows your Pearl and it says, "Congratulations, you helped 20 people today. Get started on your journey."
That would be great. They should do that.
Yes.
Oh, the other thing I'll say before we go is add your story. Create your story today. Add it in the group, please.
Do you want me to add that slide in headquarters and then everybody can post below it?
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right.
Thank you.
I'm flattered that you could use my slide too, Jesse.
Hey.
I'm so flattered.
Don't put that power out there. I'm just gonna take you. I'm gonna use your power there, Missy.
And honestly, that's directly from the Coach Online office. They have the Coach Basics. Julian and I put together our own Coach Basics, and I just made slides to go with it.
Hey, there you go.
Love it.
Yep, there you go.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks.
You guys,
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
you're awesome.
All right. Great job, Jeff.